Hey everyone, Dr. Alien 201 here. I am standing in front of the Fisk building in the Marvel district because I want to show you something. But first, you may have noticed that my voice is different. I've been fighting a nasty cold and can't do the voiceover for this video, so I have turned to my favorite text-to-speech generator to get this one out for you. I don't recommend this, it adds so much time to the editing process. But let's move on to what you are actually here for. This is the lot between the web facility and the Baxter building. Well, two lots actually. I bought him from Central City several weeks ago. And as you may recall, we had the server Christmas tree on this lot last year. If you remember, this is the spot that is going to be Central City Park. And without further ado, here is the finished park. This took me quite some time to do. Not because of the scope, but like so many hobbyists, real life got in the way of the creative process. The park features several mini builds and details, and since some of the are borrowed, I want to make sure the original creators get the credit they deserve. These gates are not my design. I found them on Instagram. Blocky Creations on IG is where I found these, and as I have in the past, I have noted the creator in world. I have always liked this look and am glad to have been able to include it. Moving on. We come to the tree that had to take the place of the Christmas tree. If you recall from last video, I was looking at Good Times with Scar's trees and managed to do this one in his style. It's not a one-to-one copy, but he was definitely the inspiration behind it. The next tree takes some elements from Gemini Tay's style. And of course, none of my parks are complete without a chessboard. The centerpiece of the park is a fountain of my own design. I had thought about giving it some kind of particle effect, but with all of the flowers around it, it would have made it too busy in my opinion. Those are the highlights of this build. I had a lot of fun coming up with the look of this place, and I have already heard back from some of the Fancrafters, and the reception was everything I could have hoped for. I have had a busy time on the realm. CC Park isn't the only build I have finished between videos. I think it's time we paid a visit to New Hangleton. Welcome to the Wizard Tower, my home here in New Hangleton. If you recall way back in the first episode on the Fancraft SMP, my starter was Hagrid's hut, where I keep the sniffers and other fantastic beasts that I find on the realm. The real build here is the village of New Hangleton itself. The lore of this place is that after the events of the Battle of Hogwarts and the fall of Lord Voldemort, Hagrid and some of the villagers from Hogsmeade decided to move on and founded this new village, named after Voldemort's hometown, in order to try to remove the stain the Dark Lord left on the village of Little Hangleton. Even if the Muggles who live there don't know about it. There are plenty of people living here, and like any good village, they founded their own church. Although they didn't know what to call it, since this is a wizarding village, they ended up just using it as a community home, as New Hangleton is still small. As you can see, quite a few people sleep here. The local cleric makes his home here, brewing potions for the locals. They boast a cartographer who converted the first home built in the village into his shop. Masons, toolsmiths, farmers and many others. As we wander around New Hangleton, I can't help but think that if this was a real place, I might just move here. The locals are friendly and welcoming. Plus, who wouldn't want to live near so many fantastical creatures? While I don't have a name to go with the style, I must tell you that I took inspiration for some of the buildings from searching around IG. None of them are one-to-one copies, but definitely inspired by others. There is one more place I want to show you guys today. I'm not too sure if I have featured this build in a video before, but we will be seeing it finished today. Now, onto the water. Welcome to an area outside of New Hobbiton by about, a few hundred blocks. This area was once used by a member of the Fancraft realm, and that person is no longer with us for reasons. I found the area. He started a build here, and I wanted to make sure it got completed. I don't know what he was going for, but I found that I had an idea for a story that might be able to allow me to make use of the area. The hobbits in New Hobbiton were beset by a giant zombie, and through the help of a chronocaster sent by Gandalf the White, they managed to freeze the Colossus in time on a little mound that was right about where the pedestal is. What they did next was they dug out a man-made lake and built a wall around it in order to keep the monster in it forever. If for whatever reason the spell on it was broken or it was set loose or anything along those lines, they would have a way for it to sink into the depths. If the zombie ever walks off that pedestal, it will sink into a pit full of water that is over its head. And that's basically the story for the Chrono Colossus, or the Time Colossus as I call it. From here we're going to go back out to Central City and we will finish the video from there. Here we are on the snow globe. The 3 builds that I have showcased today were what I have been working on between our team builds ever since day 1. And now I am ready for the next chapter of Fancraft. As this phase of the realm is now complete for me. I do want to point out the Pokemon Arena behind me really quick. That's one of Bo's projects and it looks really good. I think I will take some time to explore the world we are on further out and see what I can find. Maybe it's time to reset and find a place to begin again. Please remember to check out the other crafters videos. You can click on the TV Talk and or Sarcasm Games links on the end card. As always, thanks for watching everyone, and I will see you next time.